Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Flags have been ordered to fly at half-staff statewide following the death of a former South Dakota governor. Frank Farrar died Sunday. He was 92. He passed away with his family by his side.
Current Governor Kristi Noem said in a statement about Farrar that, quote, "We should all hope to be able to live as active, caring, and full of life as Frank. From 1969 to 1971, he was the state's 24th governor. His wife, Patricia Farrar, died exactly 6 years ago yesterday. The former governor is survived by 5 kids. A 24-year-old man was arrested after a slow pursuit in Gary, South Dakota. The Dual County Sheriff's Office says that at just after 6 o'clock Saturday morning, the Yellow Medicine County, Minnesota Sheriff's Office told them a suspect in an investigation fled into Gary.
He drove through a yard onto city property and led deputies on a low-speed pursuit. The chase ended without further incident. During the investigation, officers determined that the suspect had stolen a pickup from Brookings County. Eduardo Lopez Zepeda faces several charges. South Dakota's Highway Patrol is investigating a deadly crash southeast of Woolsey Saturday afternoon. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says the crash happened just before 3 o'clock.
A SUV was heading west on Highway 14 when it crossed the center line and collided with the second SUV. Both drivers and a passenger in the second vehicle were pronounced dead at the scene. Traffic was detoured at the crash site for around 4 hours.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Brian Karstens and a cold start to the work week, Brian.
Yes, that is correct. A cool start to the week as temperatures likely here in the 40s today across the vast majority of KELOLAND. Let's have a look at the latest readings on the radar, too. Look at this. That's snow flying in Nebraska. Yep, just a signal of the cool season that we are enduring. And this week, yeah, we're definitely going to see a correction on temperatures, likely in the 40s much of the week, including today. 45 Sioux Falls, 42 Brookings, but no mention of any snow in Sioux Falls. I think we're going to see that all to the south. Closer look at the 7-day numbers coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. Sunday was the final day to drop off winter gear at most Sioux Falls Lewis drugstores for the 8th annual Keep KELOLAND Warm coat drive. The donated coats, hats, and gloves from the drive go to the St. Francis House to be sorted and distributed to not only their guests, but guests of other shelters and agencies in Sioux Falls.
The drive started at the beginning of October. Though the St. Francis House isn't sure exactly how many coats have been donated, the volunteer coordinator estimates that the number is well over 100. There are coats of all sizes and types to help keep those in need warm as the weather gets colder.
You know, today's a prime example. When I stepped out this morning, this Sunday Halloween, and so it's not just quick going out the door. You have to grab something to keep yourself warm. And when you think of the individuals that are not only served at the St. Francis House, but other agencies in our community, they don't have the ability just to open a closet and grab a coat to be able to put on from last year.
If you couldn't make it to a Lewis store in time for the drive, you can still drop off donations at the St. Francis House.
On October 7th, Glasser Images in North Dakota shuts its doors without warning. The clients and employees were left without answers.
The clients were told that they would not be getting refunded and only recently learned that those who already had their wedding would get their images.
My phone was blowing up. What's going on? Did you hear? Oh my goodness. You know, like even weeks after, people reaching out like, oh, like I heard about this. I have a wedding coming up. Is this a thing? Oh, I had a wedding, you know, X months ago and I haven't heard from them. Is this an actual thing that happened? I'm having to tell all these people like, yeah, Glasser Images shut down. I'm no longer a photographer for them. They don't exist. I know nothing.
They also have left several employees unpaid and now without jobs.
That is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today featuring those cooler temperatures out there, 40s for afternoon highs. Sioux Falls area looks like we'll top out, near 45. And snapshot at 3 in the afternoon features a little bit of a breeze out of the north, not too strong here. Tonight, if we keep the clearing, we're going to go down to lows near 15 above zero in Aberdeen. That's getting plenty cold. There'll be a lot of 20-degree weather here across the region. And we're looking here at the forecast for tomorrow. Much the same story. It looks like 40s for highs. Even these hourly numbers, not even that warm for Marshall and Watertown at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So getting set for a pretty cool week, but we do see some warmer numbers down the line as we look at the maps here, and you see through midweek. That's probably by Wednesday about the coolest weather we find, and then by Thursday, Friday, warming up a little bit. There may be maybe just a few showers in the forecast for Rapid City by the time we get to Friday. But that's part of that pattern change that'll come into the forecast and hopefully giving us a little warmer weather for the weekend. 45 today, Mitchell, 45 in Sioux Falls. Your 7-day forecast, there are those 50s returning by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Note, it is a dry 7-day forecast. Very little precipitation chances to track. Aberdeen will be very close to the Sioux Falls trend with mid-50s on Saturday and Sunday. And Pierre in central South Dakota, also those 50s are back. Do note the wind, though. There's more of that coming in on Friday with the transition in the weather. And Rapid City will also see chances of, well, a couple of showers here on Friday. But 60s for the weekend should feel pretty good. That's your weather forecast. Check out details with our Storm Center update at KELOLAND.com. And have yourself a great Monday.